Welcome to Vigilant Citizen. My name is Josh. This episode brought to you not by this tasty cherry cola Zevia 0-calorie soda, who should be sponsoring me at this point. Not that I'm trying to get that. I always drink one of these because they're so delicious. It's kind of chilly out here. The sun's been out, it's been trying to pop out, but the wind is making it pretty chilly. I just aerated the lawn, thanks to my buddy Jason. He just called up and said, hey, I got an aerator, do you want to aerate your lawn? And I was like, yeah, I got nothing better going on, come on over, let's aerate my lawn. So that's how I spent my Saturday. I hope yours has been equally enjoyable, and if you see any little brown spots back there, it's not the dogs, it's the aeration. So thanks for joining me today on this channel, whose name doesn't exactly make a lot of sense. I was thinking about it the other day. Why did I call this Vigilant Citizen? But I think there's something about making yourself better and getting more involved with, like I've said, your sphere of influence that makes you a better citizen and makes you a little more vigilant in making your society a little bit better. So not going to change the name anytime soon. I'm not even sure why I initially chose that name, but here we are. So thanks for sticking around, thanks for listening. I saw some things and I've experienced some things recently that I wanted to chat about a little bit, and I had to really process a lot of this and really think through some of this. Oh, there's the ball. I was looking for Jarvis's ball to make sure we didn't run over it with the aeration. So it's over there, safe and sound. He'll be so pleased. So anyway, some things that I've been thinking about is when you get snubbed. And when I say snubbed, I mean you're part of an organization or a club, or it's your workplace. And is Jarvis, what are you doing back there, bud? Did he do what I think he did? If you saw a censored bar back there, it's because he was doing what I think he was doing. And of course he made sure he was in the frame. So I live on a farm, basically, you know, animals. Anyway, if you're in an organization or a club, or you're attending an awards ceremony where you might win an award and you think that it's time for you to be given some sort of accolades that you think that you have deserved, and the time comes and it's sort of a surprise, right? Like, I think of an award ceremony, you don't know who wins it until they open the envelope and then somebody smacks somebody else in the face because mainstream media and celebrities are psycho. So you come to that moment and then your name isn't the one called, and you sit there thinking, I'm pretty sure that should have been me. I've earned it. I've done the things that need to be done to have gotten to this point, to gain some of the recognition that I feel is deserved, but I haven't gotten it. And so how do you move forward through that, right? One thing you can do is obviously get angry, but I have 3 tips for you in order to move forward in dealing with something like this. And I think the first one is to just distance yourself and give yourself some time to think. Because the first thing you need to think about is, did you really earn it? Did you really deserve it? Maybe in your eyes you did, but from the perspective of those who were giving out the award or the promotion or whatever it is, perhaps they have a reason for thinking that you haven't earned it quite yet. Obviously, this is the obvious one, right? Because they're the ones giving it out, they know what they're doing. But you know what? Sometimes people just don't like you. Sometimes people just don't like what you bring, and they decide that they're going to use this award or this promotion as sort of a weapon to wield against you, and that happens sometimes. So I think it's important to really think through, is there something more that I need to be doing? What's the reason for me missing out on this particular opportunity? So, and that can take a long time. That can take weeks for you to think about it. And it's probably best, especially if you're angry, keep it to yourself. Don't take it to the people who gave the award or the promotion or whatever it was. Don't approach them with a barrage of questions, because they may have a very legitimate, valid reason, right? So sit back for a little while and really chew through it and think back to your performance and the events leading up to that accolade being given out, and is there anything that you could have done better? Okay, so The second thing that I'll suggest that you do after that is that you ask for feedback if you can. There may be some cases in which you're not expected to ask for feedback. It's been made clear that you shouldn't ask for feedback. And personally, I think that's a little toxic. I think you should be able to ask for feedback at any point. So if you're in an area or in an organization that doesn't really allow for you to ask for some of that feedback, I mean, that's a different story, right? Maybe that's something else that we can talk about later, but maybe it's time for you to find a different organization. And that's the time to go and ask for that feedback and make sure. That's when you can really find out, okay, what do I need to do to get in, right? What do I need to do? What are the next steps I need to take to get it when this particular accolade is bestowed next time? What do I need to do to make sure it's bestowed upon me? So maybe the people who are giving those out aren't people who you have the right working relationship with in order to ask those questions, and maybe you need to work towards that, right? Maybe that's something you need to do, or maybe you find feedback in whatever way you can. Maybe you hear from other people what they're saying, or get their take on it, especially if they've gone through similar things, or if they've earned the particular accolade that you're going for. Like if you're going for a promotion at work, you want to become a senior, go ask seniors what did they have to do to get there, right? The third thing that I'll say that you should think about in a situation like this, especially if you feel like you've been genuinely snubbed and you really earned that accolade and it wasn't given to you, and you're not entirely sure why, and you're not sure you can even ask for feedback, it may be time to start thinking about if you belong in that organization. Maybe maybe your philosophies actually don't align. Maybe your perspectives don't align in the way that is healthy, and you need to find somewhere else that is better and more closely aligned to your worldview and your perspective on things. So that doesn't mean that you say, I didn't get what I want, so I'm leaving and I'm going to throw a fit and just blow everything up. No, this needs to be a very real, you need to really dig in to where do you stand, what are you looking for, and is it something that they can provide? And are they looking for something that you can provide? Because they may not be. For example, if you're not getting that promotion at work, then do you stay at that work? Maybe you do. Maybe you decided that, okay, I found a couple things that I need to work on, that's great, and now I'm going to move towards that. Noise ordinance. Go get him, Jarvis. Go get him. Let's go ahead, chase the car, I guess. Or there's people at the gate. So really dig deep and think about, what's my philosophy? What are my principles? What are my values? And do they align with this organization? And am I ever going to be able to move up here? And if not, is it because I'm doing something wrong, or is it because we just don't align? And if you don't, maybe it's time to move on. And that's okay. That happens all the time with lots of different organizations, with lots of different people. All good things must come to an end, and sometimes you can look back and realize, maybe it wasn't all that good all the way through. You know, but I don't want to say that you should be sitting there thinking about all the bad things either. Just how do you move forward when you feel like you've clearly earned something and others don't see it the same way. So I'll leave it at that. Those are my 3 ideas for how to move forward after getting snubbed. Just to quickly recap, one is to take put some distance between yourself and it, to give yourself time to think about it if you've really earned it. 2 is to ask for feedback if possible, and 3 is to consider if it's time to move on and part ways with that particular organization. So what about you? Let me know in an email or in the comments. Have you ever been snubbed? How did you handle it? What did you do to move forward? Were you angry? Were you hurt? Were you just sort of indifferent, like, oh okay, that's fine, I'll go do something else, or whatever? What was your reaction? Let me know in an email or in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening. As always, stay vigilant, and I will see you next episode.